Good morning.
Good morning.
How are
How's your day?
you? Um, so far, it's only like a quarter cup of coffee.
Coffee gone onto water.
Mm-mm. I put water in my coffee.
I know you do. You filter your water through coffee beans.
Mhm. Yeah,
Well, technically grounds, but
it's a
yeah,
whole thing.
it is. It's a whole process. So, squirrely update. Little bastard still is not caught.
He's a
He's
smooth
mocking me.
criminal. He's a
He is.
smooth criminal.
He's public enemy number one at this point. Both at my work and across TikTok. um The other day, he tried running out on me while I was putting the live trap back up on the shelf.
I just
Wasn't
had
a
to
fan
move
of
it
that.
because I didn't want the flag showing, and we get zapped with some type of copyright because I'm a.
Oh, maybe I should move. No, I can't move either direction to where Nightmare Before Christmas isn't showing. You're either getting it over one shoulder or both.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it tried to run out and get me. I almost fell off my step stool, but I didn't. I lived. Um, and for the last 2 nights, I have attempted super gluing peanuts onto the trigger and then like smearing peanut butter around it so that it doesn't smell the super glue. The first time he foiled me by moving the little dish of peanuts because, I had to have that lure at the back of the cage to get it to go to the back. He pushed that little dish under the pressure plate so that it didn't go off.
Nice. So he's a major asshole.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Last night, only did the peanuts glued to the plate with the peanut butter around it. And I just threw a few peanuts in the back of the cage. Damn thing was in there for over 40 minutes, chewing the peanuts off the pressure plate and never set it off.
That's it's kind of impressive. Not gonna lie.
He's driving me insane. Or she, because the other night, it was gnawing on the damn cage, and then I was hearing movement above my head over here. I'm like, oh, there better not be more than one. There better not be babies.
That was my thought when you were saying that there might be more than one. I'm like, oh, if it's a male and female, you're fucked.
Yeah. I don't know the gestation period of a squirrel. I feel like I shouldn't have to know that.
Believe it or not, I have looked it up.
That I believe, because you have squirrels that are outside that you feed. If this
Yes,
thing
mine
was
are
outside,
outside.
I would have no problems being friends with it.
Yeah, mine are outside. I love them. I had 12, I'm down to 8. RIP. But I wanted, I'm not even going to say what it is because I did look it up because there was a couple of them that were fat and, some nips were sticking out. So I'm like, yeah. And then, when I saw that video of the one carrying the little, I thought they were little mice,
Mm-hmm.
but they were babies and they put them in the tree. And I mean, now those babies are kind of fat, but you could tell when they first were coming out to feed in the outside world which
Mm-hmm.
ones the babies were. They were so cute.
Well, this one has been in the closet for, I would say, at least 3 weeks. Yeah, sanity. It's a very, very thin thread, man.
Yeah, I'd be. No, I'm sorry. At this point, there's got to be like a wildlife thing you can call, and it's something to get them out of there.
Wildlife Patrol. Coworker. Thank you, coworker.
I've either got to move that or now see my plan for the long weekend was to rearrange the room.
It didn't work.
No, it
If
did
it
not.
makes you feel better, I'm already disliking the way that I have mine right now, and I already want to do it too.
You know, it's not that I dislike it. I do like the setup I have. And I spent like an entire night like cleaning and moving and all that stuff. So
For
it was a lot of
me,
hard work.
sorry, go ahead.
It was a lot of hard work and I got it done and I was like, okay. Well, one of the things is I have a desk because, for doing like the jars and stuff, but I haven't had orders for those. And I did like a bunch of them for those vendor events and those were a bust. So I'm kind of thinking about like getting out of that. Where if I do, I really don't have a need for a desk. And this is a brand new fucking desk.
What if you recorded at your desk?
I mean, I could. But then that's what I got the futon for.
Okay, true. Personally, I'd probably have it the other way around. I would be recording at the desk and doing the jars on the couch with the bigger table.
Oh no, the desk is bigger than the table.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, and for me, I don't like all the stuffs behind me when I record. And so, yeah. And then not only that, but for some reason, like I still have all the same amount of shit in front of me that I had next to me before, but I have less space to put anything now than I did before.
Yeah. See, I think what I want to do is just move the futon back where it was. Leave the desk where it's at because that's not going to bother anything. And the stuff that's in that corner put over here. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
I haven't figured out how to
Actually,
do
the
mine.
stuff that in that corner and that corner, I'm supposed to take to my daughter and I was supposed to like redo it so I could bring because I bought like it was a homemade table. There's no rhyme or reason to it, but I repainted it and it looks badass and I want that in here. And I bought a ladder shelf. It was a ladder, but it was made into a shelf. And I want that in here. But actually for Christmas, I'm going to decorate it like a tree. So.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So we'll see. Maybe.
Yeah. When I first moved in, the pump was quieter, let me tell you. And then all of a sudden, it was like having sand build up and stuff like that. So a new pump was gotten. This new pump is so freaking loud and kicks in anytime water is running for more than 3 seconds. Yeah. It's right on the other side of that wall.
Fun.
Yeah. It's great. But, Oh, so anything fun coming up?
Coming up now.
Same.
Just work.
Same. I get to go to work on my day off.
Yeah, that's now see they're offering Sunday for extra money. But here's the thing. I'm a second shifter. I work until midnight on Saturday. I don't get home until 1:00. And I can't come home and go right to bed. So
Same.
it's going to be 2 or 3 before I get to bed. And the shift is for first shift. I'm not getting up at 4:30 after like an hour and a half of sleep to go into work.
You don't want to pull on me this weekend?
Nope. I'm old and need my sleep.
Yeah,
I'm
ironically,
push-
I was talking yesterday. I was like, yeah, sleep is one of my favorite things. It's my favorite extracurricular activity.
well, probably not my favorite, but it's right up there.
Yeah, it's my favorite. I don't get the other ones. So,
Um, so okay, my birthday was this weekend, and I got to work Monday, and it was like all these coworkers that like they're great people, but I get to work, and this is the first thing that's handed to me because we park, go through the prison gates, and sit at the picnic table, and there's a group of us that always sit at the table together, and she was like, "I got you something." She said, "Because I seen it and it screamed your name. Do you want to see it?"
I feel like I need to see it, and I'm gonna guess at what I think it is. Oh, Jesus. Um, is it a sperm?
Yeah.
Very close to my thought. My thought was it was a ween.
It has an adult beverage in it, which I haven't got into yet.
Oh,
I probably will have it this weekend because
okay.
it's cute. And actually, if you look at it, it looks like it's filled with like it's a very milky white color. So I don't know what it is. It just says it's a cream
Oh,
liqueur. So I'm probably gonna do that this weekend. And then another guy gave me a bag of like the Ghirardelli chocolates, the sea
oh.
salt and caramel, and he gave me a card, and the card plays music, and there was a maybe he's telling me I stink because there was a Bath and Body Works gift card in there.
No, I think that for a lot of males who are giving a female coworker a gift, that's like a universal kind of thing.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
personally have
because
never gotten one, but I know people who
my
have.
first
So
my first Bath and Body Works gift card.
I know someone that would fight you for that.
Um, so that's my plan this weekend is to drink that and spend that. But then yesterday, okay, the day we're recording is my team leader's birthday.
Oh,
And like no one else knows when his birthday is. He doesn't want to make a big deal about it, anything like that. But he is my all-time favorite team leader. Like I freaking love him. He doesn't know it, but he's my boyfriend. But everybody else knows it because I tell them that. Like, don't. He's mine. So like on Monday, I said, "Are you gonna be here Wednesday?" And he was like, "No." And I said, "Tomorrow," and he said, "Yes." So I made him a cake, which I sent you cake porn.
freaking looked delicious. Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, what the last time I made that one, he said, "This is my new favorite cake you make." So I made it and I sent him a text before he got in there. I'm like, "It's on your desk. It's up to you if you want to share it." Because normally I bring in a cake, it's for everybody, but this was for his
Mhm.
birthday.
Right.
So he sends me a text and he says, "Do you want a piece?" And I said, "I ate cake all weekend. I'm good. Like, thank you though." And he was like, "Yeah, because I really don't give a fuck about anybody else." So, but because I said no to the cake, it looked like a stone toddler went because we have like a little store inside the plant. It looked like a stone toddler went in there because I had Ritz Bits, I had Famous Amos cookies, I had a king size Reese's peanut butter cup, I had the big Texas cinnamon roll, and a bottle of Mountain Dew. He was like, "One of them's gonna land." All right, I got snacks for some days now because I got the Ghirardelli chocolates and the other shit. I'm good.
You know, I'm still on my gummy worm slash chewy licorice kick. It
No,
can't be
I
like the red vine or like the normal regular licorice. It's got to be like the pull and peel, you know?
mm,
That's the, yeah, exactly. Like as soon as I bite into it, I'm like, perfect.
yep, I like those. And now, okay, we have that market at work,
Mhm.
and I mean, they've got all kinds of stuff. They've got like so many different drinks. They've got like veggie straws, pita chips. They've even got like produce type stuff. Like you can get fruit. They got bananas. They've got apples, and I think like they rotate their fruit. And then
That's cool.
in these dishes, they have their like pita chips, maybe
Hmm.
grapes and cheese.
I've had those. Those are good.
Those are amazing. And I will buy one every day. They're stupid expensive. This little thing is only $5,
Yeah.
or this little thing is $5, but I don't even give a fuck. It is so good.
Yep. I get you.
But yeah, going into that market, it can be dangerous.
It's like walking into the gas station that's like not attached to my work, but it's a shared parking lot because like it is attached, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like it's all through the Ho Chunk Nation. You have the gas station, giant employee parking, and then you have the parking for the casino, and then like the building of the casino. And so yeah, I always go in, stop at the gas station, and I go behind the building and park where I always park. And yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah. See, and when I shop at a place like that, I do shop like a stone toddler.
Yeah.
So yeah, I, like I think, oh, candy sounds good. Oh, chips sound good. Gummy worms sound good. Like,
In fairness, I will
donut.
cheat and buy a big bag of chips, and then it will last me a week. Buy a giant bag of gummy worms from Walmart, and then it'll last me a week. But I still have to stop and get my energy drinks.
Yeah.
That's a must.
Um,
And I've
now
been told, why don't you
yesterday,
just get them? Why don't you just get them enough to last you all week? Why do you have to come every day and get them? It's like, well, because then they're ice cold.
see, and that's one thing about the market. Like I try not to, okay, I'm not even gonna lie. I go in with my coffee, and then of course that doesn't last long because it's, you know, not a big cup. It's but if I take my other one, I don't, it's a thing. Um, so usually around lunchtime, I will go into the market and buy a Monster. Now we have vending machines too that also sells the same Monster, same price, because it's all run by the same vending company.
That's
But
not fair.
the refrigerators in the market are colder.
Yeah,
So yeah, I go in there.
makes sense.
But yeah, we just got that market. I don't know, maybe 6 months ago, six-ish, something like that. And yeah,
Okay.
they've got me and Rachel go in there usually every day before shift starts. I had to yesterday because while I'm carrying in this cake, I did the icing
Mm-hmm.
and it got in my car. It dripped out because I forgot to put it in a box. So I've got it sitting on Rachel's hood and I'm wiping it with wipes. Thank God I put those in my. And as I'm wiping, my coffee falls to the ground. So I have no coffee going into work. So I'm pissed. Like automatically, no coffee. Like, fuck you. But this day, I'm going home. So I'm like, well, I have to go buy a Monster. So I bought a Monster and then I thought, okay, well, at lunchtime, I'll buy another one. And then my team leader bought me the Mountain Dew. So I'm like, I'm good for the day.
Saved by the team leader. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So yeah, it's been my week at work so far. So, but it's gonna be downhill because my team leader's not there the rest of the week. And yeah.
Yeah, my week was we well for the month we had training that we had to do. Everybody did said well, most everybody did said training. And then like the last 2 weeks before the end of the month, someone decided that this additional training needed to be done for everybody in the casino. And they didn't give specifics. They just said, we need additional training on this. What kind of additional training? Because we do our training on the computer, we have videos and then testing that we do. What kind of additional training? What needs to be in it? You know, and so everybody was really confused. And then last week, people still didn't have answers. And so come Monday, my supervisor didn't get answers, but supposedly one of the day shift supervisors did get answers, made a packet, and then locked it in her office so that my entire shift couldn't do it. Yep. And so at that point, it was kind of a, what do? We can't complete this before the end of the month because today's the end of the month. I was off work yesterday. So now I get to go in today because my supervisor messaged me last night and said, hey, you have to come in and do this before tomorrow or before Thursday. And I was like, okay. So yeah, I have to go into work in a few hours to do the additional training that, you know, someone got a bug up their butt and decided we needed to do, which I don't even deal with that particular thing, but apparently I have to do the training for it.
That sucks. No, when I worked at a group home, that used to happen. It would always be in the middle, either our staff meetings would either be in the middle of 2 12-hour shifts, or it would be on my day off. So I would leave there at like 7 in the morning, not be able to get any sleep because I had to be back at like noon or 1. Like, you can't have this earlier, so third shift isn't always inconvenience for this shit.
Right.
So yeah, that was fun. But yeah.
So to our topic today.
Yeah.
I like our topic today.
Let's do
And
yeah.
my shirt helps to represent that because I don't have an actual shirt for it, but this is like my version of it. And I get to wear this to work because of it. I have a printout because it was a lot. I couldn't remember it all. So the topic today is Krampus. Sorry. For those of you who know, you probably understand why I'm kind of giggling. And I sourced a lot of the information from Britannica. I did peek at a couple other articles just to kind of, you know, make sure I wasn't missing anything. But he's believed to be originated in Germany. He is a half goat, half demon creature. He is said to have pointed devilish horns and a long snake-like tongue. His body is covered in a thick, coarse fur. And these are things that are like universal across all the different representations of him. Like, those are things never changed. But through time and as Christianity became more popular and they kind of accepted the fact that they couldn't get rid of it, some of his things changed. So it was also said that his body and arms had been strung with chains and bells, and that was said to have like helped tie him to the devil in a way. And he had one human foot and one hoof, making his steps very noticeable to anybody who heard him. And his name derives from the German word Krampen, which means claw. And Krampus was thought to have been, oh, I'm missing a part here. Where did it go? Okay, there it is. According to legend, he is the son of Hel, which is Hel, not the other one. He is a Norse god of the underworld. And it is thought that he was part of pagan rituals as far as the winter solstice, which would coincide with the pagan rite of people taking to the streets to disperse the winter spirits. Okay, so we all know that Santa, you know, our Santa, he goes around and gives toys to the good children and then kind of ignores the naughty children, right? That's what Krampus does. Krampus deals with the naughty children. So he's like Santa's evil counterpart. And oh, I almost forgot. It is also said that he carried a basket or a sack on his back that he would put naughty children into. um, So Krampus has his own day, just like Santa does, or Saint Nick, which is December 5th, which is coming up in just a few short days, which is why I wanted to get this episode out this week versus next week so that you all know by the time 5th comes around, that's Krampus Day. It is also known as Krampusshot or Krampus Night. And Krampus is said to beat those who are naughty with birch sticks and branches. Or he would, in some cases, eat them and take them to hell. Or or he would take them to a lake and drown them. Or various other things, other forms of punishment. But it sounds like the more intense forms of punishment kind of came later. Like the initial things that he would do was beat them with the branches and sticks, or eat them and take them to hell. But like the drowning in the lake and throwing them in his sack, and basically just kind of all around evilness, I guess, towards children.
Yeah, not the visit you want.
Yeah, that all kind of came after the rise of Christianity. And so on December 6th, which is St. Nicholas Day, children would either waken to presents from St. Nick, or they would have to wake up and tend to their injuries. Mm-hmm. With the spread of Christianity and the Catholic Church, they tried to ban Krampus. They were like, nope, he's not part of us. We're not celebrating him. We want nothing to do with him. And it didn't work. Everybody was like, nope, we're celebrating him. We don't care. And so in turn, they kind of had to slightly adapt him to Christian beliefs, which is where, the various things came in as far as more of his devilish attributes, more devious behavior and things like that. But though primarily celebrated in Germany in the 20th century, it has gained more of a following, kind of more especially here in the United States. And there's even several movies involving Krampus, which I've seen a few of them. I like them. I give it a thumbs up. There is also a parade that celebrates Krampus in Germany, and that's where people dress up as him and they take to the streets. Typically, alcohol is involved, but it's also said to kind of be more for the males in German society, though females can do it too. And basically what they do is they just parade along the street and they scare people who are just kind of standing and watching, or in some cases they'll chase them. Sometimes they will beat them with sticks. But that's kind of one of the older traditions. And so there would be people who were like running into coffee shops and bakeries and things like that. But Krampus would follow you and he would get you. But, typically the onlookers were drinking as well. So, all in good fun. So welts were forgiven. Let's see. There is also a song and specific dance that is attributed to Krampus, and those would also be done during the parade down the street. And that also kind of goes back to the pagan ritual of, people taking to the streets to get rid of the winter spirits. Um, mm, though the history of Krampus has survived to this day, and as far as I am concerned, it's kind of well known, shall we say. But I'm sure there's a lot of people who don't know who Krampus is or the history of Krampus, which is part of why I wanted to put this out there, because I like sharing information. So even though it has survived to modern day society, just like Santa has, there are places who don't want anything to do with them, such as Austria. In 1923, they banned Krampus and all activities and festivities that pertain to him. And it was done by a fascist Christian social party type thing. Though their motives were a little murky, apparently. They agreed that Krampus was a force of evil. And there seemed to be a lot of confusion as to whether or not that was due to the Christian ties to the devil or due to the social democracy. But either way, they were sure that Krampus wasn't good for children, and proceeded to pass out pamphlets to parents warning them that he was an evil man. How is he a man if he's a demon and a goat and I don't know. And so it was warning against the threats to the children about this violent holiday intruder, which I thought was kind of funny because, like, in modern society, families get together. Well, what if you have a family member coming from out of town? This little kid doesn't know who it is, and he just starts beating them. That was kind of my thought. The kid gets scared thinking, no, Krampus isn't gonna get me, and go find something, like a bat or some other random toy and just starts beating this person as they're coming through the door.
That sounds like my grandkids.
Yeah, and others. So I thought that was rather funny. Though they may have been correct about, the childhood trauma, but due to social constructs and things like that, and the fact that it's part of people's history, the ban only lasted about 4 years. And even though people were still kind of giving the side eye and whispering under their breath, they couldn't get rid of it again. So that is my little history lesson on Krampus.
That, I don't know. Now me and my mean streak, that would be like, I would love to do that. But now, I don't know, maybe it's an age thing, but now that I'm older, I'm like, I just don't have the heart to do that, like, to the grandkids.
I understand. I mean, I wouldn't tell my son about Krampus, but I like the idea of Krampus.
Yeah.
And you and I kind of know a person who does celebrate Krampus, and he actually goes to these parades and dresses up. He's been to the Edson.
Oh.
You're looking totally lost.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Tim Shaw.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yep.
But I really haven't like been friends with him very long, so I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, I find it interesting. And I believe Miss Anne does as well. I don't think she dresses up, but I think she goes.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all either. So
I
yeah,
love her.
so do I. She's awesome.
I freaking love her.
Sorry, random string. So yeah, I think if I had the opportunity and the means, I would celebrate it the way that it's meant to be celebrated, but
Mm,
I
yeah,
don't, so I can't. So instead, I have my one shirt that is to kind of honor that portion of Christmas because I
yeah. I
hate
have,
the other side of Christmas.
yeah. You know, okay. Here's the thing. I love Christmas, but I married the Grinch. So, like me, I want, I'm not one of them people that the day after Halloween I want to get ready for Christmas. Like now would be good. No, now he wants to wait. Um. So yeah, that's so we'll wait like maybe another week. But he also doesn't like it when I decorate for Christmas too or Halloween too early. Like first of all, it's never too early for Halloween. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Agreed. Halloween is every day.
Yeah. And yeah. So like I'll try to get into the spirit because like my mom was a big Christmas person. She loved Christmas. So I grew up with that whole Christmas spirit thing. And he like puts out that fire.
I'm not gonna lie. My grandma and my mom, they had the Christmas spirit. Me, not so much, even as a kid. Um, I was that one kid in the family that didn't get the best gifts, wasn't always treated the best at Christmas. And even now, as an adult, it's the same. But I did always try to, make it fun for my children. Um, some years were better than others, but I do at least make a presence at Christmas. Um, I didn't really hate it until 2013/14.
Yeah.
So, and that was when my life turned upside down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't exactly have the best of memories pertaining to Christmas. So, yeah, not my time of year.
Yeah. Even when we were little, my mom, she went out of her way to make sure, Christmas was memorable. And now Roy and I agreed years ago, we're not gonna exchange gifts. One, Roy sucks at gift giving. He just does. And then like afterwards he'll say, well, I would have got you this and this. I'm like, well, I mean, you could have. That would have been acceptable. But the one year for Christmas, and this is when I said, you know what? Just stop. Just stop. He bought me because I owned, I think, like two baseball hats. I own way more now, but never wear them. Um, but he bought me this thing that you put your hat in and then close it and you can wash it. It keeps the shape.
Hmm,
The fuck do I want that for? Just quit. Just don't.
that's as good as the year I got an iron from my ex-husband.
At least an iron is usable. What the fuck am I gonna do? Whatever. But
Ma'am,
I
I
would
have
have I
never
would
ironed a piece of clothing in my life.
have my Roy's dad and stepmom one year asked me what I wanted for Christmas. It was one of the first years we were married. I'm like, I would like an iron and ironing board.
It's
They thought
different.
that was
You
odd.
asked for it. You asked for it
Right.
though. I did not.
So so this year, every couple of years I do this, pisses him off, but I will find something. I'm like, I gotta get it. Um, I got a burp coming on. My husband is a huge Alice in Chains fan, and I can say this because he doesn't listen. So this year is the 30th anniversary of their CD Dirt.
Oh, okay.
So GameStop took pre-orders for the 30th anniversary edition CD, and it comes with the 4 band members as Funko Pops.
Cool.
Okay, it gets better.
Oh,
I went on a website, I forgot which one, and I ordered wrapping paper that is the cover of that CD.
oh, cool.
Yeah. So my dumbass, I'm like, okay, I know they said they were going to send these out in November. We're at the end of November. Where the fuck is it? I have had no email, no nothing. So I find the order confirmation email. I reply to it like, "Where's my shit?" in a nicer way. And then after I sent it, I read the email that it's released the 30th and it will be shipped within 2 days
Oh,
after. And I'm like, you know what? If I would have just read this first, I could have saved myself the email, but I didn't. So I'm excited because I got that coming.
yay.
Yeah,
That's exciting.
yeah.
I have bought 0 gifts. I'm one of those people who goes like in the last 2, 3 days before Christmas, then gets everything and then has to rush and wrap it the night before.
Yeah, I'm not, no, I do that a lot. Well, it's supposed to be every other because I hate wrapping gifts. Roy hates wrapping gifts. It's supposed to be every other year. It rotates. We rotate every year. It doesn't happen because he'll say, "I did it last year." No, you wrapped one and you did such a horrible job. I'm not great at wrapping. Like I don't have that. Now my daughter, amazing at wrapping. So when she lived at home, it would be her job to wrap gifts. Well, then it got to the point, well, every other year, if we did buy for each other, we would have to wrap our own gifts. The one year it was Roy's turn, and he hands Judy like these 3 pair of pajama pants and says, "These are your mom's. Will you wrap them for me?" So I know nothing about this, right? Because it's supposed to be my gift. So we're opening gifts on Christmas morning that year. And she's like, "You told me these were mom's." He was like, "Yeah." And he still brags that he got Judy to wrap her own shit. That's what it was. Every other year, we'd have to wrap Judy's so that she didn't know what she was getting. And he had her wrap her own. And yeah, he still thinks that is the coolest thing he's ever done. It is not, sir.
Yeah, I've wrapped a lot of gifts
Yeah,
every
I hate
year. I don't have anyone to push that off on. So,
that.
and
I don't like it.
historically, historically, I didn't have one either. So yeah, it's always been me wrapping. It sucked more though, when my older kids were little because it was 3 that I was wrapping for. Yeah, I'd be up all night. So now it's not so bad. But I do an okay job at wrapping. However, I'm not that one who's meticulous where everything has to line up just perfect. I don't need to get the design to, perfectly line up. I don't have to have the
Nope.
perfect corners. No,
See,
that's
and
not
that
me.
was my mom. But like, my mom could fold fitted sheets, if that tells you anything about her gift wrapping skills. Like, I suck at both. It's whatever.
I feel like only
Um,
crazy people know how to properly fold a fitted sheet.
Fair. Um, I I can fold a fitted sheet, but not like my mom's folded sheet looked like the top sheet. Like you couldn't. I don't. It was. I don't know. It
Yeah,
was weird.
Not in my
Um,
world.
yeah, mine either. Mm-mm. Now, when I worked at a group home, I did learn a good way to do that. But I mean, I don't have enough sheets to really worry about that. So, in fact, I like my bed sheets, so like I wash those and put them right back on my bed. It's, but yeah, my mom could wrap gifts. My daughter got that skill. Um, Roy's stepmom is amazing at wrapping gifts. Like I've even tried watching them little tutorials on cute ways to wrap gifts. Nope, I
I
fuck,
just do it.
I fuck those up
Um,
every time.
it's funny though, about the whole sheet thing. I have one set of sheets. I bought my new bed and my mattress is very deep. I think my mattress is about this thick. And
Yep,
then I've
that's
got a
mine too.
pillow top, and then I've got an additional, I think it's like 4 inch or something like that. So it's got an additional that. So in total, my mattress is like
Do you
this
need a
deep.
fucking ladder, ma'am? Do you need a
Why?
ladder?
That's why I said before we started, oh, I gotta get my footstool. I have a box that I put my feet on when I'm recording because otherwise my feet go numb because they're dangling off my bed. When little man gets into bed, he's got to jump into bed. He can't just, get on the bed. But because it's so thick, I had to have like the extra deep, sheets, and I had to get the ones with the elastic on it so that
Mhm.
it will actually stay on, because if it's not, the ones that are extra stretchy going all the way around, they just pop off,
Yeah.
and that drives me bonkers. So yeah,
See, I do have like those clips that
I
you're
tried
supposed to
those.
put. I mean, eh, yeah. Well, I have a queen size bed, but I got the thick mattress too. So I thought it would be brilliant to buy the king size sheets.
Yeah, don't
Which,
do that.
if they're on right, it's okay as long as
True.
I got those as long as I got those clips. But like I told Roy, like I gotta redo the bed this weekend anyway. Um, but we're gonna have to mark which is the top and which is the bottom so we don't screw it up again because every night I have to fix my sheets. And if we're doing a nighttime recording, he's in bed, my sheets are my size all fucked up. I can't fix them.
Fun fact, my sheets have a little tag that say top and bottom.
I don't think mine does.
Yeah, my sheets are
But
pretty crazy expensive, but they're good sheets. But at this point, I've had them for like 2 years. So yeah.
yeah, I want to get a set of flannel sheets because I love those in the winter. But then I'm thinking I have night sweats. I don't know if
Same.
that would be a good thing. So,
Um, I have the horrible night sweats too. I actually had an Asian woman tell me that there is a tea that you can drink that will help reduce that.
well,
Unfortunately, she never got to tell me what the hell the tea was.
I'm gonna go more, not maybe night sweats. I have hot flashes,
I have night sweats.
because they took out the factory and left the daycare. So I have like the menopausal symptoms, and the
Hmm.
main one is my hot flashes. So yeah, like well, I drive really nuts because I'll throw the covers off and turn on my little fan on the side of my bed, and then I get cold, and then I turn that off. He's like, "We just fucking sleep." I can't help it, sir.
That's my heater.
I can't even hear anything. And
I
if I
have
sound
my
bad this
heater on
week,
the other side, and I'll turn it on, and it's supposed to stop at like a certain temperature. It doesn't. It lies. But I'll get hot and I'll turn it off. And then I get cold, so then I throw my blankets back on. But then I get hot with the blankets on, so then I pull it back off. And then I get cold again, so then the heater goes back on. But fun fact, okay, This is
Hmm.
the controller for my lights. This is the controller for my heater. If I hit certain buttons on this one, it affects my lights. If I hit certain buttons on my lights, it affects my heater.
Lovely.
Completely different companies.
Yeah,
Yep.
I've got so many of those little remotes that, like, I have one. It's like puts the galaxy on the ceiling. It's
Hmm.
really cool. But the only thing is, it automatically connects to my phone. So, like, if I wanted to put it in here for whatever reason,
Hmm.
and it's got one of those remotes. I've got my little moon that's actually supposed to be right there, but my grandkids like it for um night lights when they come over.
Hmm.
That's got the remote, and there's one other thing I have that's got a remote. I don't know. I don't know if they affect each other. I've never really had them all going at once, but
I discovered it by accident. Um, and in fact, I know at one point I was talking to somebody, and I was like turning on the heater or something, and my light changed, and we both kind of freaked out because my light changed for no reason. Mhm. Yeah, now I know it's because I hit that certain button on my heater.
fair, fair.
Yep, but it's got to be on a certain color before it'll do it. If it's not on that certain color, it doesn't do it.
Yeah, okay. that's
Yeah,
that's crazy,
ironically,
but
red and green. Hmm.
fair.
If I have the red light on and I turn on the power to my heater, it turns my light green. And then when I hit the rotation button for my heater, it'll turn it back to red.
Okay,
Hmm.
that's fun. That's fun.
So yeah,
Do you have a recommendation this week?
go find a Krampus movie to watch.
Um, I don't really have one. Um, yeah, I don't really have one this week. Um, nope, don't have one. Sorry. Be nice to
Okay.
each other. There we go.
I typically don't have one, so it works.
Yeah. And just so people know, just in case like you're watching this at not this particular one, but we have decided because Jenny's little man has Christmas break, so we're going to record some episodes early. So if at Christmas you hear us talking about random shit that doesn't really go, that's why. We are
Um,
we're we're thinking ahead,
for
which
once.
yay for us. We're learning some shit.
Yeah.
Um um yeah, we're learning some stuff. So we're gonna record again later, and that will be one released at Christmas time. And then the same thing next week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That way we have a couple, and if
But
we
hey,
ended up,
since I did the Krampus today, I have my original that I was gonna do today for that one. And I'm sorry in advance for any non-sciencey people. I found a fun science fact that can make me say, "God damn it, Dave." So
now here's my thing, because oh, Roy's up. Um, I like Eminem, so I try to find a way to work in "fuck you, Debbie" at least once a day.
that's funny.
I only know a couple of people named Debbie, and it's hard just to go "fuck you, Debbie," but I try.
My ex-mother-in-law was a Debbie.
Oh well, fuck you, Debbie.
There you go.
There, I said it today.
Now you got one. Just in case you need one, now you got one.
Yeah. I can think of a couple other names that I would throw that to, but it doesn't have the same ring if it's not an Eminem quote. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. And my goddamn it, Dave comes from TikTok because I found videos of people who have ADHD and they're renaming it and they call it Dave. And they have a moment where, they go from this to this to this to this, and then they go, oh yeah. And they're like, God damn it, Dave. So yeah, that's where that came from. Now I have an excuse to do it.
Yeah, I already warned Jenny that I'll space out.
So yeah, I
And
apologize in advance, but I did do my best to keep the scientific stuff to a minimum because I understand not everybody's all sciencey.
yeah,
And
I'll space out.
I like the
Not,
sciencey stuff. So I was like, oh, cool. But on the upside, at least I didn't do the one about the black holes because that one's really sciencey.
that's very sciencey.
Yeah.
And I'd be sitting here going,
You would. There's definitely a lot of terms in that one that if you don't like pay attention to happenings as far as, black holes and string theory and all of that, you wouldn't be able to follow along.
yeah, there's even the one podcast that I listened to when they do their like if this normally does ghosts and hauntings and stuff like that, but every once in a while there's an alien, boom, skip that, cryptid, boom, skip that. And she did, they did backdoor theory or I don't know, there was something, and it was not the same backdoor theory I had, but whatever. Um, and that one
I
was
think I
done by
know what your backdoor theory was.
most people that know me probably know what that theory is, which is why I get shit like this.
Yep, exactly.
Um, it was supposed to be something else, and then like they've done like I don't know, just a lot of any of the sciencey alien cryptid, boom, I skip those because one does like a haunting or paranormal, and then the other one does a true crime. So it's like right up my fucking alley.
So similar to like what
Um,
we do.
yeah, kind of. In fact, that's actually the first time I had ever heard the history of Krampus because the one host is German.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
And like you wouldn't be able to tell by listening to her,
Hmm.
but and like she'll make a comment about like the one day she was like the gig is up and we're like I'm listening like what the fuck, and the host is like it's the jig is up, and she was like well English isn't my first language. That's her excuse for everything.
Can I start using that excuse? I want to do that because yeah,
I mean
I
you
think
could.
you could use it too. For those days where words are hard.
Yeah, no, words are just fucking hard. I actually did really good today for not having like a full cup of coffee in me. So I'm kind of proud of myself.
That's true. You
Um,
did do good.
but like I love listening, like her, like anytime she has, which isn't common, but like if she has a story from Germany because, and she will say the German words in
Hmm.
German, and it's fucking like I love listening to her.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't know if I butchered any of the words, and I'm sorry if I did to anyone who, is of German descent or, Austrian descent or anything like that. I did my best. So yeah.
yeah, but yeah, when she did her story on Krampus, like I had heard of it, but I didn't really
Mhm.
know the history. And so the one week, and I want to say it was like one of their early episodes where they talked about it. and she was like really into like the German pronunciation. I'm like, oh, I love this.
Yeah, I don't know the proper, way to say it, so I say it how it looks.
Yeah,
And I try to say it in how I have heard it. But I'm not German, so I'm sorry. Well,
yeah.
technically I got German in there, but yeah.
No, and see, and I'm the opposite. I'm mostly German. Um, like I think my mom's mom is the only one that's not like German. Um, I don't know what the fuck she was. She was, I looked Mexican, but not. She wasn't. I don't know. Very dark complected. Um, I don't know. I don't. I have no fucking clue. Um, so I had a fourth grade teacher that was German, and she decided that for like the kids who had good grades, if they wanted, she would do like a little every so often, like a little like where you could learn German.
Oh, cool.
I think she did it maybe twice. I remember one sentence, and the blouse, I can say the blouse is red in German. I'm not going to be
Okay.
fair, but I can say it. Because, well, okay, that was fourth grade. So how old are you in fourth grade? Like 9, 10? So that was like
Mm,
almost 40 years ago. So yeah,
Okay, fair enough. We won't make you say it.
but yeah, so, but now I gotta start getting ready for work. Boom.
Alrighty, I'm gonna take a power nap before I have to go back to work.
Yeah. All right. Well, you have a good day, and I will see you back here in like 12 hours.
All right, sounds good. Bye.
Bye.